everyone is trying to be that girl. Disciplined, glowing, successful. But if you're not careful, you'll lose yourself in the process. So today I'm going to show you how to step into that girl energy while still being true to you. Hey Royal Family, welcome to the front row with myself, Roanna, where I talk about all things self-development. Chapter 1. Who is that girl? That girl is responsible. That girl is unique. That girl is disciplined. That girl is vibrant. That girl is innovative. That girl is pure. That girl is honest. That girl is compassionate. That girl takes care of her wellness. That girl takes her life seriously. That girl wants to make her mark in this world. That girl is hardworking. She is dedicated. She is efficient. She is disciplined. She thrives on routine. She is trendy. She is motivated. She is loving, caring, kind, and she has an energy that gets everyone in the mood to be driven and goal orientated. She gives from overflow, not from emptiness. She works hard now so she can have a soft life later. She has a vision for her life and she knows exactly what she must do to achieve it. She has vision boards, she does affirmations, she gets her goals done, and she has direction for her life. She doesn't wait to be motivated. She is motivated. She doesn't join toxic friends. She keeps her circle healthy and small. She doesn't let negativity win, and she adapts easily. She doesn't copy, she doesn't imitate, but she takes inspiration from people that she admires. That girl knows that being true to who she is what will make her successful. She takes care of her mind, her body, and her soul, and she knows that she is worthy of the space she occupies. That girl is you. When you look in the mirror and you see yourself, that is who you are. That is who you should aspire to be like. Someone who is so motivating, so inspirational, and so into achieving greatness. I used to think putting in a lot of effort and being disciplined meant that I had to be really hard on myself, and I would torture myself and put myself through stress because I thought I needed to put that kind of pressure on myself. I needed to unlearn some old habits. And what I learned from that is I don't need to make it difficult or stressful on myself. What I actually need to do is to enjoy the journey. Everything that I'm doing is for me. If I need to be disciplined, it doesn't mean that I need to be hard on myself. It means that I need to enjoy the process of what I'm doing to achieve where I'm going. I learned that in order for me to be disciplined and love the discipline and love the routine and love doing what I need to do, I needed to fall in love with the process. Because the truth of the matter is, when you're striving for a goal, the process is the thing that's mundane, the thing that's the boring thing, the thing that's hard to do. Because every day you have to do the same thing over and over and over. So you can build a reputation for yourself, you can build habits, you can build a lifestyle for yourself. And that stuff is boring and it's hard and nobody wants to do it all the time. It's so easy to sit down and rot and watch Netflix and just have a ball of a time and eat whatever you want to and go out whenever you want to and sleep whenever you want to. But it's a massive sacrifice in the wrong direction. So when I look at it, I think about, why do I want to have a lazy life and not achieve my goals and then get frustrated with myself because I haven't done what I needed to do? It is all in the reps, because the routine, the mundane things in doing the reps can be extremely draining, and you need to love something to want to do it every day. The way I see that girl is the way I see me in the future. The person that is flourishing, the person that is doing the things, the person that is achieving all her goals and feeling happy because she feels so accomplished. And that's what it really means. Being that girl is being the best version of yourself, the highest, truest, best version of yourself. And that's who she is. She's not someone else. She is a better version of who you want to be. And if you want to be her, then you have to practice being her every day. And that takes a lot of work. And that's the process that I'm talking about. And that's what you need to fall in love with. The steps that get you to where you want to be. Chapter 2, why be her? So you're probably wondering, I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be copying everybody. I just want to be my own person. You're right. You do want to be your own person, but you want to be a better version of yourself, the highest, truest, best version of yourself. And the reason you want to be this best version of yourself, because that best version of yourself is confident. She knows her worth. She is successful. She doesn't just dream, she actually executes. She does the reps. And because she is driven, she must have a why that drives her, that pushes her through, that makes her do the reps on the days that she doesn't want to do it. She is grounded. Her habits are aligned. She means what she says and she gets the thing done. She is peaceful. She chooses peace over noise. And that's why you want to be her, because every attribute of her is who you want to be, who you aspire to be, who is the better version of who you want to be. And I think it's a really nice way to look at life, because it's forcing you to want to improve yourself, to be better than you were yesterday. And if you're always aspiring to be a better version of the person that you see in the mirror that has the potential to be who you want her to be, then that's a great space to be in. Because if yesterday I was ugly to people, then today I can be less ugly to people. And a week from now, I can be the nicest person and be absolutely kind to people. And that's progress. And the more I practice being a better human and a better version of myself, the better I will be in society, the better I will feel in society, and the more accomplished I will feel. The frustration will lessen because I know that I'm following a diligent routine to get to where I want to be. And the best motivation as to why you should be that girl is when you start ticking off all the things that you wanted to achieve and you start seeing yourself as this person, and it's a better version of yourself. When I started showing up for myself regularly, that's when things started to change for myself. I knew that I needed to be better than I was yesterday. I don't want to be an old version of myself. I want to unlearn old habits and bad habits, and I want to be better. And in order for me to get to that point, I needed to start trusting myself. And I needed to believe that this version of myself actually does exist. And for me, that's what it means to be that girl. It really is a deeper look at who you are and who you want to be. And that is different for everyone. Who I want to be in 5 years, 10 years' time is very different to who you want to be in 5 to 10 years. But it doesn't mean that because yours is different to mine that it is wrong. It just means that your goals are aligned to your version of the best you, and my goals are aligned to my version of the best me. And that's what life is about. It's about being so happy with who you are inside, in your own skin, that you're so confident and you're not projecting on other people. Because every single time I projected and I was negative, it was because I wasn't the best version of myself and I wasn't behaving or feeling confident in certain aspects of myself. And that's why I was projecting. When people project onto me, I see the same thing with them. A funny thing is that I also realized as growing up, when you start adulting, you hardly show or speak about your insecurities because you want to be perfect, right? And because you don't speak about your insecurities or you don't vocalize them or acknowledge them, that's when you start projecting. That insecurity gets the better of you and you start projecting in the wrong way. But if you do the inner work and you focus on growth and you focus on taking the small steps every day towards a particular goal that makes you a better version of yourself, then that's a win. Then you're living your best life. And when you look back 5 years, you're like, gosh, look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. So you want to look back at yourself and say, I love that I was so immature in certain aspects. And I also love the fact that I experienced that so that I can grow to who I am 5 years later. Chapter 3, how to be that girl without losing yourself. Okay, so let's get to the juicy stuff. The first thing you want to do is to build an anchor routine. What time am I waking up? What time am I going to sleep? What is my morning routine looking like? What is my evening routine looking like? What is my day-to-day routine looking like? What is my weekend routine? What is the routine when I'm home with the family? What is my routine when I'm at work, etc.? And when you start building on an anchor routine for the different aspects of your life and you start following it with diligence and discipline and consistency, you will see a positive growth in you taking the first steps of being that girl. You want to have rituals for your skincare. As you get older, your skin changes. How are you changing your skincare routine or adapting your skincare routine to accommodate your changing skin? How are you taking care of your wellness, your mind, your body, and soul? Am I praying? Am I reading? Am I journaling? Am I doing affirmations? Am I doing the inner work? Am I focusing on myself? All of that requires a routine for you to get it done. Like, I was a person that would always say, I'm going to do it tomorrow, but I never really clocked it in. And then when I started blocking things out in my calendar and making it a priority as part of my routine, I then started to see a positive difference. For example, I always said, I don't have time to journal and I don't have time to meditate for too long. And then I changed my attitude towards it and I added those two things as part of my wake up morning routine. And I added it to my prayer time because every morning I would pray anyway. And I started to build on that routine. It was difficult in the first few days, maybe even first few weeks. And then when I stopped doing it, I missed it. And that's when I knew I had fallen in love with the actual process of doing it because it made me feel peaceful. It made me feel like I was releasing something. It was stress-free. It took care of my anxiety and my worries and all the muddling that was going in my mind. And that's when I knew that meditation and journaling was a priority for me. So when you start setting that anchor routine and you do it for a long period of time, it's going to, one, help you be very disciplined, but that routine is going to create a habit for you. And that's what's going to get you to being that girl and reaching the goal that you want to reach. The next thing you want to do is manifestation practices. Now, there's a few manifestation practices, and maybe I need to do another video just on manifestation techniques. But the main ones that I like to do is vision board. So I stick my vision board up on the wall, and every day I look at the vision board and then imagine myself in that situation. And then I visualize myself in that situation and I feel what that energy would feel like, what the vibration would feel like. And I try and be in that vibrational energy because that's what manifestation is. The other technique I use is to just act like I already have it. And that I find is quite powerful because if I act like I already have it, the universe believes that too. And that's how you can manifest things faster. When I was going through really trying times, I found it very difficult to act as if I already had it and to be in that positive space. And for a long time, I was woe is me, sort of like a victim. And then I needed to snap out of it and force myself into that vibrational energy. And when I started to do that and try to do it as regularly as possible, I got out of the slump and learned that I can choose the way I see the world. And I can either look out the window and see that it's dreary and negative, or I can look out the window and be so grateful that I have another day to showcase who I really am. The next thing to do is to have an affirmation list. So what I did was I took my vision board and I wrote affirmations for each of those goals that I had on my vision board. Every single day, I write out those same affirmations because every single day, it puts me in that vibrational energy of what I want to achieve. And this way, your affirmations are not generic. It's so specific to your particular goal that you leave no room for the universe to have questions or to be confused because it's so specific to exactly what you want to achieve. For example, I am getting better and better at my Bharatanatyam technique, so I will be able to perform better on stage. So that's very specific to my goal as a dancer. And I love it because I start feeding off that energy. Because it's so specific to me and what I want, it makes me feel like I'm really doing this and I feel more driven and motivated. And the last, but certainly one of the most important things you want to do to be that girl is to keep the right company. Cut out all the people and things that are toxic and bad for you, that doesn't serve you, that doesn't allow you to align with your highest, truest, best version of yourself. And the quicker you do that, the closer you are to being that girl. Audit your circle, do a test run, have lunch with each of your friends and check, do they drain me? Do I actually want to see them again? Do I feel invigorated after leaving a lunch date with my friend? And that's how you know whether you should continue a relationship with them or not. I did this test a few years ago and I realized that the ambivalent friends and family members were not serving me and they were too time consuming and they were too draining. And and I just needed to be away from them. And the truth is, you can be an ambivalent person to someone else as well, because they are not aligning with you and you're not serving their higher purpose, and that's okay. But we should not be around people that are not serving us, or you're learning from, or that's happy for you. That negativity just needs to go. You want to be around people that are about peace, joy, growth, abundance, positivity. You want to be around people that cheer for you and you cheer for them, and you are honestly happy for them when they grow, and vice versa. Even if there's an ounce of doubt where you're like, I don't know about this friend, or you feel some way about someone, then that's not your tribe and you should step away, or at least spend as little time as possible with those types of people. You have to remind yourself that you don't owe people access to you, especially when it comes at the cost of your growth. I used to be around people who would make fun of consistency and routine and discipline and having 3 diaries. But now I'm around people that celebrate those things, that love routine and consistency, and they celebrate showing up for each other. That shift is what changed my life. Chapter 4, what happens when you become her? The most exciting thing about becoming that girl is you seeing the fruits of your hard work, the fruits of your sacrifices, the fruits of your routine and your discipline and your consistency. You'll start to feel more in control with your life. You'll start to feel more accomplished. Your confidence will start growing authentically, and you'll be very proud to show up as yourself and not impersonate someone else. You won't feel insecure anymore, and you'll be proud of your achievements. You'll show up better with your relationships, with friends, family, and work colleagues, and you'll stop performance. It's not about impersonating someone else, but it's about being aligned with who you are and showing up as her because you are proud to be her. And most of all, you'll feel so peaceful because that alignment makes you feel so connected to your higher self. You start living with purpose and you start feeling fulfilled in the life that you are leading. The more I aligned myself with my higher, truer self, the less I needed outside validation. And I think that came with growth and doing the inner work. And I really believe that that is the real glow up. That is who you want to be in the world. Who cares about what other people think about you? What matters is what you think about yourself. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, do you love that person? Are you happy with that person? And it could be the silliest of things. It could be your nose. I was teased about my nose for years, but I love this nose. But I had to do the work to fall in love with my facial structure and not care about the opinions of other people. My ethnicity is what gives me this beautiful nose, and I love it. And that speaks volumes for the confidence that I developed over the years. Being that girl isn't about becoming someone else. It's about being the best version of yourself. If you felt connected to this video, drop a comment below and tell me what are the things you're working on to be that girl. And if you want more tools to help you thrive, then click on this playlist. I thank you so much for choosing the front row. We'll do this again next week. Cheers.